Before we begin our today's lesson, let me give you some online class health tips to start the day right. Number 1. Sit properly. Make sure your back is well rested. Number 2. Change position regularly. Number 3. Keep dim lighting on. Number 4. Stretch. Make sure you change position by walking around and do some gentle stretches. And number 5, do not watch TV or monitors in bed. This often leads to neck and backache. There you have it. Now, I know we're ready to begin. Hello everyone, it's me, Teacher Patrick, your buddy to another science learning adventure. Because here at IMI NHS, Grade 10 Science is fun. Now, fasten your seatbelts and get ready to power your mind. In our previous lesson, you've learned how to find the earthquake epicenters using triangulation method and distance and breadth. The characteristics of volcanoes, mountain ranges, and earthquake epicenters were also shown in the map. To give you some short recap, we learned that plates are gradually moving. Plates are moving at a rate of 0.6 cm per year up to 10 cm per year. Whoa! As plates move, majority of the earthquake epicenters, mountain ranges, and volcanic eruptions are happening in these plate boundaries. This geologic features serves as basis in marking the plate boundaries. For today's lesson, you will identify and describe the different plate boundaries that you need to understand the occurrence of different earthquake epicenters and other geologic activities. Kindly prepare your pen or pencil, your paper, and your self-learning module. To start, I want you to take a look at this diagram. What do you see in the diagram? Can you see the arrows? What does each arrow implies? Very good. The arrows in the figure suggest the direction of each plate. How does each figure differ? That's right. The figure differs to the directions they're heading to, giving a wide, narrow, and the same space in between. So there, on today's lesson, you will learn about the 3 distinct types of plate boundaries, marked by the differentiated movements they exhibit. We have convergent plate boundary, we have divergent plate boundary, and transform fault boundary. Studying plate boundaries is important to us because along these plate boundaries, the formation of lithosphere is happening. These geologic events have a great impact not only to the environment but also on us. Let's take a look briefly on the different types of plate boundaries. When two tectonic plates move toward each other and collide, they form a convergent plate boundary, also known as destructive boundary. As two plates collide, a collision zone is created, and one of the leading edges of a plate will be subducted and destroyed. That is why it is also known as destructive plate boundary. There are 2 different types of crust. We have the continental crust and the oceanic crust. What do you think will happen if two lithospheric plates collide? Let's discuss on that matter on our next video lesson about geologic process. For now, let's continue. Divergent plate boundaries are locations where plates are moving from one another. It is also known as constructive plate boundary. As two plates move apart, it creates a zone of tension and form a gap where molten materials will emerge and solidify, forming geologic features such as volcanoes or mountains. Did you know that most active divergent plate boundary occurs between two oceanic plates? Transform plate boundary is also known as conservative margins. Plates slide past each other so that the relative movement is horizontal. In this type of plate boundary, no plate margins are being destroyed or formed. Rather, it forms mostly the shaking of the ground, known as earthquakes. Did you know the fracture zones that forms a transform fault boundary is known as transform fault? These faults are found in the ocean basins and connect offsets in the mid-ocean ridges. Let's find out if you learned something in our today's lesson. Let's have a short game. But before that, I want you to have your pen and paper. Let's have the name that plate boundary. Are you ready? If yes, then let's go. Can you guess which type of plate boundary occurring between African plate and South American plate? You're right. It's divergent plate boundary. Let's have another one. Can you guess which type of plate boundary occurring between North American plate and Pacific plate? That is correct. It's transform fault plate boundary. Let's have the next one. Can you guess which type of plate boundary occurring between Philippine plate and Eurasian plate? You got it! It's convergent plate boundary. Let's have the last one. Can you guess which type of plate boundary occurring between Pacific plate and Nazca plate? Very good! It's divergent plate boundary. You're all smart! Different geological processes occur on each type of plate boundary. This will be discussed in our next video lesson. To sum it up, there are three distinct types of plate boundaries. First, the convergent plate boundary, where plates are moving towards each other. Second, the divergent plate boundary, where two plates are moving apart. Lastly, the transform fault boundary, where two plates are sliding past each other. Maybe you're wondering, why is there a need to study and understand the different plate tectonics? What do you think? Very good. That's right. Understanding plate tectonics is a major key in understanding our planets and its habitability. How do you make a planet habitable and sustain life for billions of years? Well, plate tectonics modulates our atmosphere at a longest time scale. You need that to be able to keep water here, warm it up, and keep life from shutting on. And that ends our learning adventure. This is Sir Patrick saying, always remember, science is fun. See you next time.